Hey, what's up guys? We're back again with the best Hog Rider deck in Clash Royale to upgrade. No matter what's going on in the game, one thing always remains the same. This deck stays at the top of the leaderboards and refuses to drop. If you play against a slow beatdown deck like Giant or Golem, it'll be absolutely agonizing for them to find a way through your Giant Skeleton bomb. If they build anything up, you'll just get blown up. And because of the 3-card cycle with Skeletons, Ice Spirit, and Log, no one will be able to keep up with your Hog Rider spam. They've got a building, they won't have a building in cycle for your second Hog Rider, and you can make your opponent tremble in fear when you break through their first building with your Earthquake. If you don't have Archer Queen, use Musketeer instead. This has been one of the best decks in Clash Royale for years now, and it refuses to die. So let's go spam some Hog Riders and assert dominance. Thanks to everyone that's using creator code SirTag to make all the daily videos possible. Thanks to Rise of Kingdoms for sponsoring the video today. Rise of Kingdoms is an RTS game that has unlimited strategic freedom. There's a technology tree that's based on real-world logic, and you can choose the best route to grow your team. Or you can customize your military to defeat your enemies. And you can upgrade your soldiers by unlocking their equipment. For instance, you can have a more efficient cavalry army by upgrading their horses. One of my favorite aspects about the game is joining an alliance and playing with my friends. There's over 13 different civilizations to choose from. Rome, Germany, Britain, France, Vikings, China, Japan, and Korea, and so many more. Each civilization has its own commanders based on real historical figures. All in-game action takes place on one single enormous map, inhabited by players, NPCs, and there are no isolated bases or separate battle screens. You also have full control over the layout of your city, and there's a wide range of aesthetic customization. There's so much to do in this game that you'll never get bored. So build your own kingdom in Rise of Kingdoms and download today using my link in the description of the video. Technology is power. Build your own kingdom. So we got a game against Gerardolo. I don't know how to say his name, but he is looking fierce, especially with a clan name of Fire and Blood, and then dropping a giant coming for blood at the very first play. All right, so probably going to be a giant graveyard deck if I had to guess. Definitely want to go for a giant skeleton on the same side. The great thing about this Hog Rider deck is you can go into big beatdown decks and not be scared, because the giant skeleton will keep you safe and blow up all of their supporting cards. Why do you have an Electro Spirit and Ice Wizard in a giant deck? What the heck am I playing against right now, bro? What is this? Instead of Fire and Ice, he's got Fire and Blood, but he's got a whole bunch of ice cards in his deck. So we know he's got Tornado. I'm scared about going for a Hog Rider here, but we're going to go and drop it anyway, just to make sure that he has to spend extra elixir. And probably not activate King Tower here. Okay, can the Archer Queen stop getting hit by the bullers? That wasn't even, you know, targeting the Archer Queen. It was targeting the remnants of our giant skeleton. That was horrifyingly horrible. So one thing that I want to do is I want to log and I want to Ice Spirit here so we can stop the bowler from targeting the Ice Spirit. You hit him with the log first, so then the bowler is like knocked back, confused, and he doesn't hit the Ice Spirit that it would typically kill. So always drop your log slightly before you drop the Ice Spirit, and then, you know, that bowler will get frozen like the Avatar. So he's going to go for another giant push, right? This time he might go for graveyard. I think he's got a graveyard in the deck, so we're just trying to damage it down with units that will give us counter push like the skeletons. Oh, wait, what? You have lightning? Bro, that was not part of the plan. That was not what we signed up for here. Musketeer might not even walk into the bomb because of our skeletons. I thought they were saviors, but they were actually sinisterly horrible. They screwed me over. I'm going to log here so we can hopefully finish off the Musketeer with the tower, knock back the mini Pekka so we can get a hit. Still didn't work. That's disgusting, man. I think you've played this super well. So I'm a little bit scared of him going in for another lightning, but I kind of have to go for the queen here just to hopefully finish it off and keep our queen at full HP, because the mini Pekka getting a hit on our tower would be tragic. So we're in a very bad spot. Our homie's got a giant lightning deck, and we're relying on the queen to give us value. One of the best cards to counter the queen is obviously lightning, because it will do damage to the tower as well. So I think this guy just hates Hog Rider, Archer Queen decks, and he's built a deck to beat it, which hopefully doesn't happen here. Jeez, dude, first game, and you're giving me this. Why you gotta make life so challenging and difficult? All right, so I'm going to try to do some dual lane pressure potentially because the mini Pekka is out of cycle. He's going to snowball it closer to the tower, so that's very good for us. We can go and pull the giant as far as we possibly can with that. And then we can go in for an Ice Spirit, and then we can go and pull everything back after he decides to go in for a lightning. I can go in for skeletons here as well, just so the Musketeer doesn't do any damage. And I think I want to go for dual lane aggression, so I'm going to go in for a giant skeleton on the right-hand side, force out the bowler. And then I'm going to go in for a Hog Rider and Ice Spirit in the left-hand lane because we know he's going to go in for mini Pekka. One thing that makes sense is not going in for the Archer Queen ability because everything's lined up for that annoying, obnoxious value that he's going to guaranteed get with that bowler locking onto everything at once. So I want to go Giant Skeleton here. I want to kill the Ice Wizard so it doesn't slow everything down. And then hopefully he doesn't go and pull the Giant Skeleton too far and then go for a Lightning at the same time. Wait, this is so good. Archer Queen's going to annihilate the Musketeer. I know he's going to probably go in for a mini Pekka here in the left-hand side because he's already going to go for the Bowler in the right. And the Archer Queen should be able to kill it. I'm in fact going to go for the Ice Spirit, make the prediction on top of the mini Pekka, and just give ourselves a little bit of extra time. Still expecting him to go for mini Pekka. He doesn't do it. Wait, what if I go in for an Earthquake and a Log, and I kill the Electro Spirit before it jumps? Is that possible? That would have been so sick. It didn't work out, but the Archer Queen locked onto the tower instead of the Musketeer. This is actually shaping up to be a pretty good game for us. What the heck, man? I thought you would have like the most extreme hard counter in this game. So I'm going to go in for a Hog Rider here, and I think I want to go in for a Log depending on what happens. So Log plus Earthquake does around 290 damage to the tower. It's not that much, but if it's stacked up over time, it is a lot. So we can go in for an Archer Queen again, but I want to drop it up high so then when he lightnings, he can't hit the cannon and also hit the Archer Queen. Oh, these are two giants. These are two Santa Clauses coming at me, bro. Christmas is a long time gone, and you're still running these decks. All right, so the Archer Queen is going to give us a lot of value. The best thing about it is the 3-card cycle, so I'm already back to another cannon. And then I can click the Archer Queen ability. Oh, wait, no, it's going to hit the Archer Queen. It literally missed the Hog Rider and locked onto the Archer Queen. What the heck, bro? That's absurd. This is not how it should be done. This is not fun. All right, we know he's going to go in for a lightning soon, so I kind of want to go in for skeletons here, so the mini Pekka goes on to that, and then hopefully we can kill the Bowler with the rest of our stuff. I'm going to go in for a Log to go and push back the Santa Claus, and then deliver some presents with the Hog Rider on the tower. Merry Christmas! We got Hog Rider hits for you. Just eat them, bro. I swear, they're nutritious. All right, he's going to go for another lightning. That's not going to be enough. And with 10 seconds remaining, we somehow, some way, defeated someone with Giant, Mini Pekka, Bowler, and Lightning, having an Archer Queen Hog Rider deck. You love to see it. That first game was definitely a challenge. It was such a fun win. Getting great early wins like that one set us up for success and kind of just get the confidence rolling. Striking down that Bowler hard counter feels fantastic. Hey, we got a game against Romaine, and he's actually going to end up having Mega Knight Wall Breakers in his clan, and he's also going to have a Mega Knight in his banner. So, dude, I'm going to take you at face value and say that you've got a Mega Knight deck. Yo, okay, so kind of want to go in for a Giant Skeleton here, even though that's going to be our best way of countering a Mega Knight. Maybe we can activate King Tower with Mega Knight if we can go for Cannon. Oh, no way, right? You wouldn't do this to me. You're a part of the Mega Knight Wallbreakers family, yet you're writing Pekka, one of the best counters to Mega Knight in existence? What are you doing, man? You wild child. Okay, so I think that the Bandit isn't going to be able to counter that at all. Like, that was a very peculiar Bandit. It's going to walk right into the bomb, and then we should be able to get a great trade here. Like, I can go Archer Queen, go in for Skeletons here, so we can conveniently go and kite the Pekka a little bit, go and click the Archer Queen ability when we absolutely need to, and then the Pekka's going to go run away from the Archer Queen. Watch. Look at that. It's going to go away, and then the Archer Queen's like, ah, now you see me, now you don't, and now you get no damage. That was the worst Pekka I've seen in my life from a value department. Just getting shut down with getting absolutely nothing done besides killing skeletons that our opponent already zapped for a negative elixir trade. That Pekka did next to nothing, actually. It baited out 1 elixir ability from us. That's it. That's crazy. So I can go for a Hog Rider since I'm up so much elixir, and he's probably going to have to go and drop a lot of stuff into the Giant Skeleton Bomb. The bad thing about this is everything's grouped up, and it's like not allowing my Hog Rider to get a hit, despite that being a full HP Giant Skeleton. I literally got nothing out of it. Guys, are our cards just forgetting how to play the game, or like what's happening here? Serious question. So I want a Log because it is able to kill the Magic Archer. I think the Bandit is going to dash on our tower, but not the end of the world. Even if the Magic Archer was level 14, Earthquake plus Log finishes it off. So that's just something to keep in the back of your mind, bag of tricks. If you're playing against someone that is going to be able to go in for Magic Archer, always make sure that you have Earthquake and Log readily available because that's a 5 elixir trade for 4, but you get damage on the tower. Also, want to drop the Ice Spirit here on top of the Electro Wizard because the Electro Wizard does not kill it. So the Ice Spirit should be able to stun that for a long period of time and soak up all the damage. Never drop your Ice Spirit late because then if you drop it late, maybe your opponent will be able to get the Electro Wizard on top of the Ice Spirit and the tower, also giving them some pretty nice chip damage. So that's weird. I don't know why you're doing that. Do I make a prediction on top of your Magic Archer with an Archer Queen? Probably not. Like, I just don't know what you're doing anymore, man. You're insane right now. Okay, so I kind of want to just do this and go in the same side. Maybe go for a cannon to go and snipe. And then when the Bandit's going to be locked onto the cannon, we can go in for a Log and an Ice Spirit. Make sure that we're able to finish it off and it doesn't hit our Hog Rider. Then go for Skeletons as well. The Bomb plus Archer Queen most likely will be able to kill the majority of the Pekka. It's not going to kill the entire thing, right? Yeah, not the entire thing. Look at how much damage we got, though. That's insane. We expect him to go in for Magic Archer, so I want to go in for a Bandit counter with the Ice Spirit, make sure we're able to stop that. Have the Giant Skeleton be able to make sure that the Magic Archer locks out of that instead. And then I can go in for a convenient Archer Queen right after. Dude, he's going to do the exact same thing. Watch this. Part 2, baby. Or is he going to zap early? I think he was going to zap early. I just didn't want to mess with it that much. Like, hey, I've gone through this pathway. I've seen it before. I don't want to see it again. Wait, does our Archer Queen win this? I think it doesn't. So I want to go for a Hog Rider here, and I want to apply more aggression. Maybe even go for a log on the Electro Wizard, and then going for an Earthquake depending on what happens. If you guys hate playing against Pekka decks or something that you're like, oh man, wow, my Earthquake doesn't do anything because it's only going to be able to target buildings. You don't have to worry. You're going to be able to build an offense that your opponent can't defend because you're always able to spam Hog Riders and outcycle their stuff. So because he has at a low amount of elixir, he's not able to afford the Pekka, and because he's not able to afford the Pekka, we're just hammering through with Hog Riders and eventually able to Earthquake him out. So I'm going to go in for a cannon here. I'm going to go in for skeletons up top so we can go and kite the Royal Ghost. And then one more Earthquake is all we need to send this man to the Shadow Realm. GG and well played. Even though you're going to get a bandit dash on my tower, we're ripping you to pieces with a peace out of mode. It's pretty cool being able to crush Electro Wizard Pekka when your Earthquake pretty much does nothing in that matchup. As you guys saw at the start of the match, Giant Skeleton and Archer Queen value carries so hard. All right, we got a game against Survival, which is a pretty interesting name, especially since he's an extreme cat. Maybe he's from the wilderness. I don't know what he's going to be running. Gonna go for skeletons in the back because it just doesn't really make sense for us to go in for a Hog Rider if he's not responding immediately. I kind of want to, you know, drop an Ice Spirit, get some cheeky chip damage, maybe have the skeletons distract the Dark Prince. Oh, come on, skeletons. You had one job and you failed me. Okay, this is going to be sketchy. I need to go for an Ice Spirit so that the Dark Prince doesn't just hit my Archer Queen and get too much value. We know he's likely going to end up having a, I think, Golem deck with Lumberjack, Electro Dragon, Tornado, and Barbrill. So he'll Lumberjack or he'll Barbrill on this. Wait, he actually Phoenixed. I don't think that was the right play because the Phoenix is going to die and it's not going to give you much value. And it pushes my Archer Queen closer to your tower. Bro, that Phoenix just inted you the game, bro. It's like the jungler that goes off in League of Legends and just decides to not play the game anymore and feeds the enemy team. You're feeding me damage, bro. I love it. So I can maybe go in for a cannon here and pull the Golem. The one bad thing about Golem right now is it's still glitched out. So you have to do a safer cannon placement than you typically would. Because if you drop it slightly further off to the right, the cannon won't pull, and then the Golem will just go directly towards your tower, and you'll lose the game. I'm going to Ice Spirit here, make sure that the Lumberjack is stuck in traffic behind the Golem, and it can't hit anything of value. Look at the skeletons. They just distracted that Lumberjack for forever, and he didn't do anything. That big bag of rocks was utterly useless. It sank to the bottom of sea in your tears, man. You just cried an entire sea, and you didn't get anything from that at all. That's incredible because now I can go in for a log and I can damage down the Phoenix Egg, hit the Barbarian Barrel and the Dark Prince, and I hope the Giant Skeleton gets close enough to explode. Let's go. We're seizing the tower and we're seizing this game with just one push. That's how destructive this deck is. Most Hog Rider decks are like, you know, I'm going to gradually chip you out with Princesses at the River, maybe some Earthquake damage or some Hog Riders. This deck, one push, one win. That's all it takes with the big Giant Skeleton explosion. That was exceptionally easy stuff. We just cycled Giant Skeletons and his entire push went kaboom. And it seems like we boomed his mental at the end too because he couldn't stop emoting. Gotta love crushing beatdown decks with Giant Skeleton. You're gonna be safe all the time. And now we're 9,800 in the world. We got a game against Pablo Picasso. We'll see what picture this man feels like painting for us today. Wow, he's painting pain right now with that rocket. I hate that card. It does more damage than I get with 2 Earthquakes and 2 logs put together. One rocket does 591 damage, 2 Earthquakes and 2 logs does 580. You guys tell me how that's fair because I'm literally spending 10 elixir and he's only spending 6. It's insane. So he's going to go for Goblins and Ice Spirit. That was actually really well played on his end. He's going to force out a lot of elixir here. I want a Giant Skeleton so the Princess targets that. So then the Archer Queen gives us more damage, hopefully. No, don't click the Mighty Miner ability. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, wait, that was really good. He still lost the Princess. I was scared for a second. Wait, wouldn't he have lost the Princess regardless? I'm pretty sure the Princess was bound to die because I would have just used the Giant Skeleton bomb to blow it up. And the Princess doesn't move that fast. She's not as sophisticated and smart as the other cards. What do we do here? Do I want to go in for an aggressive Hog Rider and predict him to go in for a cannon and then just immediately go in for an Earthquake? Because most of the time when you see the Mighty Miner version, they're not going to have Inferno Tower because then they would have double Infernos. The Mighty Miner already does a lot of damage with ramp up, so it makes sense for them to have cannon for cheaper ground defense. This guy is actually going to be playing pretty aggressive, I think, just judging by the fact that he needs to make up his damage. So I'm going to Giant Skeleton in the back and preclude any potential of him spamming me aggressively in this side. If he wants to rocket, then I go Archer Queen at the river and just destroy him because you can't rocket a Giant Skeleton because you're not going to be able to kill it. Also, one thing that's going to be really fun is I can go for an Ice Spirit with the Archer Queen and the Giant Skeleton. I just need to make sure that they're far enough apart that he can't rocket everything at once. And then the Ice Spirit should be able to like reset all this stuff. But he ended up going for Goblin, so he kind of body blocked me there. It is what it is. Archer Queen's going to put in mad work again. You guys already know the deal. It's unfair for one elixir, the ability that you get and the just consequence that the opponent has when, you know, you spam them aggressively. It's not necessarily that fair. Fortunately for us, skeletons were able to weave their way into that princess and finish off her for 1 elixir, so that was quite nice. However, I'm still in a kind of precarious position. I can Archer Queen in the back, and if he rockets a -1 trade, and it literally wouldn't make sense because he's going on the left-hand side for all of his damage now. So I'm going to go for a Hog Rider here, and then I want to make sure that everything's separate enough, and then I can go for an Earthquake. He's going to rocket on that, but he can't hit the Queen. This is still pretty good for us. And the Queen's going to be able to click the ability. I think he's going to go Goblin, so I actually want to predict that if possible. Let's freaking go. You guys might call me crazy for doing that, but I think that was crazy valuable. I'm able to go in for a cannon on the princess. The Archer Queen's locked and loaded on the tower. And let's freaking go, baby. You got to have balls to do that. That's not easy to do, like knowing that your opponent's going to go in for goblins. Because if he didn't do that, he dropped it off to the side, it might be singing a different tune. Might be a little bit sad out here. All right, Ice Spirit's going to come through. It might lock on the tower, maybe not. But yeah, sometimes when you're down, you got to make predictions to come back because Rocket just does so much more damage to me. He's trying to get that cannon out of the way so he can go for a princess. I just don't want that to happen. Now he's princessing in the back because he's so scared. I'm going to go in for an Earthquake here. I think I hit the cannon, or did he push it with the Mighty Miner? Dude, he might have pushed it to the other side with the Mighty Miner. I genuinely don't know. I'm going to log this, and I'm going to click the Archer Queen ability as soon as it crosses the river, and he's going to have to go for, like, something there. Yeah, he goes in for a cannon. That's even better for us, because now he's going to have trouble against the Giant Skeleton. He's able to one-tap almost everything here. I'm able to go in for, like, a Hog Rider as well, and then the Ice Spirit. No, Ice Spirit, you were supposed to go towards the Mighty Miner. Oh, my gosh. That Mighty Miner is putting in the pain. I think he's going to go Princess, so I'm going to go Skeletons here up top just to kite the Mighty Miner for a bit. Make sure that we have a convenient answer for it. And then I'm going to go for a log. As soon as that skeleton dies, we know he's going to go Princess, so I preemptively go in for the Archer Queen. He doesn't do it. He actually was holding the Princess a little bit. So the Goblins are going to be able to do so much damage. I need to click the ability. I need to click it fast. I'm going to Hog Rider here and see if he's good enough to go and push it to the unearthquakeable spot. He doesn't. He goes in for a Mighty Miner log. Fully counters it. Wait, if I go Ice Spirit, I think it just jumps onto the Princess. Hey, Princess, it was nice knowing ya. So now he's beginning the rocket cycle with a minute left over. There's no way for him to win, but he's going to try his hardest. Yeah, so he tried to rocket in situations that just were not possible, and now he's going to get hit in the face by the Hog Rider. So GG, well played and peace out. It's a pleasure taking your tower and asserting dominance. He's a super sad sir, and every log bait player that plays against this deck is not going to be happy. Because of your quick card cycle with Skeletons and Ice Spirit, their goblins will always get bashed in the face by your log, while you outcycle their buildings with your Hog Rider for some juicy damage. Hey, and after winning that one, we are exactly 2,000 trophies at 8,500 in the world at 2% battery. So hopefully it runs out in the middle of the match. You guys might call me sadistic sir, but I'm playing to win out here. This guy's gonna have cannon. Unfortunately, we're not blessed by the Clash Royale gods. We don't have Earthquake in our hand, so that cannon's gonna conveniently counter us for a +1 elixir trade for our homie. He's also gonna go in for a Hog Rider. Hopefully it faces a similar fate. No, life isn't fair. What the heck, man? I love the fact that it also got a hit after I spent 6 elixir, after I had the worst card hand from, you know, probably a mirror matchup here. It's okay. You know, Clash Royale, I'm up for the challenge. I am here for it. Let's see what we can do. Obviously, my Giant Skeleton is going to die here, and it will give him a parting present at least. I can go in for an Archer Queen here. Expect him to go in for an Archer Queen as well. We'll go in for, you know, oh, no, no, no. That was such a smart log. I hate you. You logged it into the Giant Skeleton bomb when it was going to go to the other side. You were a smart sir. Okay, so I'm going to go in for an Earthquake and expect him to go in for a cannon. So we'll see if we can get some value. He pushed it with the Fire Spirit. No, this guy is really good. Dude, why are you good at the game too? This is going to be a sketch game. All right, I kind of want to go in for like a cannon and do the exact same play as him and show him that I'm also skilled. My Ice Spirit's jumping over the river and it's jumping on your Hog Rider. So this is going to be the best player we've played against all day. And he also had a good card hand against me. This is going to be the ultimate challenge. So I want a Giant Skeleton in the back and build up a big push. Anything else just seems like it wouldn't work. So I'm going to do that and take the initiative to start my push. He's got Musketeer though, so that means I can cycle a little bit faster, and hopefully it will end up being a disaster if I can go in for like Archer Queen, cycle multiple Earthquakes with Hog Riders, and get back to multiple Hog Riders because of the 3-card cycle. At least that's what I'm aiming for. We'll see if it works. And single elixir, it might not work near as well. If I go Hog Rider right now, it's just going to get cannoned, and I don't have enough elixir, so it's not worth me doing anything else. All right, we're going to go and click the ability and hopefully be able to melt the Fire Spirit and then also the Musketeer as well. Yo, that's pretty good. That's pretty clean. So I wonder if he has anything for this. He might just try to go for Skeletons again. He does push it again, but he was late on the Earthquake, so we do counter it without having to go in for Skeletons, I think. Let's go. So I had to spend way less elixir than him. Should be able to outcycle here. Oh, he outcycled me. That's not good. That's not what we want to see, man. Can we counter it, though? I guess so. This is the weirdest game ever. The good thing about it is I can cycle my Archer Queen in the back, and he can't, like, fireball it or anything. So maybe we roll with that. If we cycle the Archer Queen in the back, and he continuously spams into us, we can use the Ice Spirit, and then Skeletons, and then Hog Rider, and then go in for an Earthquake here, and then try to stop him from countering us. Yo, he's going to go Giant Skeleton instead. That's at least 2 Hog Rider hits. We might have outmaneuvered the man. And now he doesn't have anything for this Archer Queen either. Like, this is going to be hard for him to counter it. It's way harder to stop than a Musketeer, right? You can't just go in for Skeletons. You have to drop a little bit more love than that, man. You're going to drop Fire Spirit, Log. You're dropping most of your Elixir bar, and your tower's dropping too. So I'm going to have to go in for a... Ooh, I guess I have to go in for a Log here to knock back the Hog Rider, and I don't know if that's even enough. I'm going to eat the damage from that Musketeer because I don't think it matters that much since he's already done so much damage to the other side. And he's going to go Musketeer as well, so he's going to counter that with a Log. He's played this extremely well now. Okay, if I go Cannon, I can kill it. I want to go Giant Skeleton, though, just to be able to body block a little bit longer. I'm going to Ice Spirit here, and then he's going to go in. I think with that, we should be fine, and then I can go for Skeletons. He's going to get 1 Hog Rider hit, but that's not enough. He's done a lot of damage to the other side. As you guys can see, I'm kind of just using that as an excuse, but it's not necessarily worth. I'm going to Log on Skeletons. Hopefully, we can get a hit. Please, just anything right now. Dude, he's played this so freaking well. It's flabbergasting for me. So I'm going to go Ice Spirit. I'm going to go in Skeletons. And I think with the Archer Queen, I don't deny all damage, unfortunately. Maybe the Giant Skeleton is able to give us something here. Okay, I have to make a huge push. That's the only way I'm going to win. I've realized this. I've realized what I've come to now. Giant Skeleton will cross the river. At least one of the towers is going to start to focus on that. Now we can go in for an Earthquake with the Musketeer targeting the wrong thing. We might be able to get through. I'm going to try to pre-log Skeletons or something. Still not going to work out. I need to go for the Archer Queen ability, and I lose. This guy just played really, really well. He played extremely well, actually, and there's just not much I can do anymore. I don't know. I think I can go for like a Hog Rider here and then go for an Earthquake and then try to make something fancy happen, but I think he's figured out like what he needs to do. He's not giving me too much value anymore. He's even going to go in for a Musketeer there, which is going to be hard for me to kill. Maybe I can go for the Archer Queen and then click the ability. Wait, he used his cannon. Did he mean to do that? He might have griefed a little bit. I don't know anymore. Maybe he's throwing a little bit. Or maybe he's just kind of trolling me because he knows with 17 seconds it's going to be hard for me to get enough damage. This Hog Rider needs to do everything it needs and more. Please, I give you everything, Hog Rider. I give you everything that I adore. Give me more. I need to get like an Earthquake on the tower, and I'm just cycling like a madman. Did I just win the game because he threw? He was like one of the best players I've played against all day. What the heck? Maybe his battery ran out and he was running to the charger. That's the only explanation I have. But yeah, he stacked up a lot of stuff in the middle, cycled his cannon, and then without the cannon, he had nothing for the Hog Rider. So we're going to end the day in the weirdest way with a guessing game that I don't know. Let me know in the comments, do you think his battery ran out or he was so scared of the queen that he frantically spammed everything in the middle? Like, subscribe for more daily videos, and have an incredible rest of your day.